Good morning, everyone. Today, I want to talk about something that sounds simple, but it's one of the most powerful ideas you'll ever apply to your life. Take control of your health before it controls you. Your body is far more intelligent than most people realize. Every system inside you is constantly collecting, analyzing, and responding to information. It's an ongoing conversation between your brain, hormones, and organs, a feedback loop that's trying to keep you alive, balanced, and healthy. The problem is, most people have stopped listening. We've been taught to see symptoms as problems that need to be silenced instead of messages that need to be understood. When you get tired in the afternoon, when you crave sugar, when you feel bloated after meals, these aren't random inconveniences. They are the body's way of saying something is out of alignment. When your energy crashes at 3 p.m., your body might be telling you that your blood sugar is on a roller coaster. You eat a high carb breakfast, insulin spikes, sugar drops, and now you need caffeine just to function. The body isn't malfunctioning, it's adapting. It's trying to protect you from running out of fuel. The same goes for cravings. When you crave salt, you might be losing minerals. When you crave chocolate, it could be a magnesium deficiency. When you crave sugar, it's often your body begging for quick energy because it's lost the ability to efficiently burn fat. If you just ignore these messages and reach for a snack, you miss the opportunity to correct the real issue. Pain is another message we often misinterpret. Most people think pain is the problem, but pain is an alarm system, a built-in protection mechanism. It's your body saying, stop, something's wrong. Taking painkillers may silence the signal, but it doesn't fix what triggered the alarm in the first place. Think of it like covering the smoke detector while your house is still burning. If you want to heal, you have to look at what your body is trying to tell you rather than shutting it up. Even emotions are feedback. When you're anxious, stressed, or depressed, it's not just in your head, it's often connected to your biochemistry. Low vitamin D can affect mood, poor sleep can raise cortisol, and gut imbalances can alter brain chemistry. The mind and body are not separate systems, they're part of one intelligent network. By paying attention to how you feel physically and emotionally, you can uncover clues about what's going on inside at a deeper level. Most people live in reaction mode. They push through fatigue, ignore aches, and override hunger and fullness cues with caffeine or sugar. The body adapts for a while, but eventually it reaches a breaking point. That's when chronic conditions develop because the signals were there all along, but they were dismissed as minor or normal. Nothing about feeling bloated every day, constantly tired, or mentally foggy is normal. These are signs that the body's communication system is being ignored. When you start listening to your body, everything changes. You begin to notice patterns, what foods energize you and what foods drain you, how certain habits affect your mood, how stress shows up physically. Awareness is the first step toward real health. The body doesn't need to be forced into balance. It needs to be supported. When you give it the right inputs, nutrient-dense food, good sleep, movement, and recovery, it responds quickly because it's designed to heal. Think about how the body regenerates, your skin repairs itself, your liver rebuilds, your blood renews every few months. This is not random, it's intelligence at work. Your body's design is miraculous, but it can only perform at that level if you learn to cooperate with it. Instead of seeing symptoms as the enemy, see them as data. Each one is a clue pointing you toward the next step in healing. The sooner you learn that your body isn't fighting against you, it's fighting for you, the sooner you take back control of your health. Most people today live in a constant cycle of managing symptoms instead of asking what caused them in the first place. When you have a headache, you take a pill. When you feel tired, you drink coffee. When you gain weight, you look for a quick diet plan. These are all short-term fixes that cover up the signal rather than addressing the underlying problem. Your body doesn't randomly break down. There's always a cause, and until you find it, you're just chasing symptoms. Every symptom is the body's way of alerting you that something is off. It's not an enemy to silence, it's a messenger trying to guide you toward balance. Let's take fatigue as an example. If you wake up tired, even after a full night's sleep, your first instinct might be to think you need more rest or more caffeine. But what if the real issue is insulin resistance causing unstable blood sugar? What if your mitochondria, the energy factories in your cells, aren't getting the nutrients they need to produce energy efficiently? Or maybe your cortisol levels are high from chronic stress, draining your energy reserves. You can treat fatigue with stimulants all you want, but until you fix the blood sugar, nutrient, or hormonal imbalance behind it, the problem will keep coming back. The same principle applies to weight gain. Most people think it's just a matter of eating too much and exercising too little, but weight gain is rarely about willpower, it's about hormones. Insulin, cortisol, estrogen, and thyroid hormones all play major roles in how your body stores or burns fat. If insulin is too high, your body literally locks fat inside your cells and prevents it from being used for energy. You can eat less and exercise more, but if your hormones are out of balance, your body will fight you every step of the way. Fixing the root cause means improving insulin sensitivity, reducing stress, balancing hormones, and supporting your liver, all of which turn your metabolism back on naturally. Even something as simple as heartburn can illustrate the difference between symptom management and root cause correction. Antacids can neutralize stomach acid temporarily, but most heartburn is caused by too little acid, not too much. Low stomach acid prevents proper digestion, leading to fermentation and reflux. Taking antacids makes the problem worse over time by lowering acid even further. The solution is to strengthen digestion, not suppress it. That's the kind of shift that happens when you stop reacting to symptoms and start understanding mechanisms. When you focus only on symptoms, you enter a loop of dependency, more medications, more side effects, more new problems created by the old solutions. But when you look at the body as an integrated system, you begin to see that everything is connected. The digestive system affects the brain, the liver affects hormone balance, the adrenals affect sleep and immunity. You can't fix one part in isolation. True healing happens when you restore function to the entire system. Finding the root cause doesn't mean you have to become a doctor. It means paying attention to patterns. What triggers your symptoms? When do they get worse? How do food, stress, and sleep affect you? This kind of awareness turns you into your own health detective. Once you understand the cause, the solution becomes clear and usually simple. Your body doesn't need more control, it needs cooperation. Give it the right support, and it will naturally move back toward balance. Modern medicine excels at emergencies, but it often overlooks prevention and root cause thinking. You can't live a high sugar, low nutrient, high stress lifestyle and expect one pill to undo it all. The root causes of most modern health problems, metabolic dysfunction, inflammation, nutrient deficiencies, and chronic stress, are the result of years of habits. The good news is, just as the body breaks down gradually, it also rebuilds gradually once you remove the cause. When you start fixing the underlying issues, symptoms don't just disappear, they stop coming back. Food is not just something you eat to fill your stomach or count for calories. It's information that communicates directly with your body at a cellular level. Every bite you take sends a message that tells your hormones, your brain, and your metabolism what to do next. The type, quality, and timing of your food determine whether your body is in fat burning mode or fat storing mode, whether your brain is focused or foggy, and whether you feel energized or exhausted. This is why two people can eat the same number of calories and experience completely different results. It's not about how much you eat, it's about what message your food is sending. When you eat refined carbs or sugar, your body gets a very specific signal: store energy, increase insulin, and stop burning fat. Insulin is like a switch that determines whether your body burns fat or stores it. Every time you eat sugary or processed food, that switch gets flipped towards storage mode. Over time, your cells stop responding to insulin properly, which leads to insulin resistance, the root of many modern health issues like obesity, fatigue, and brain fog. On the other hand, when you eat foods rich in healthy fats, quality protein, and nutrient-dense vegetables, your body gets a completely different message: stabilize blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and release stored fat for fuel. You become more metabolically flexible, which means your body can switch between burning sugar and fat with ease. The traditional idea that food is just fuel misses a deeper truth. Food doesn't just provide energy, it shapes your hormones, influences your mood, and even changes how your genes express themselves. For example, omega-3 fatty acids found in fish and flax seeds reduce inflammation and support brain function. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and kale contain compounds that help detoxify estrogen and support liver health. Real food communicates harmony to your body, while processed food creates confusion. The more you eat in alignment with how your body evolved to process nutrients, the clearer those signals become. Another important aspect of food as information is timing. Constant snacking and grazing send the signal that food is always available, keeping insulin levels elevated and preventing fat burning. When you give your body time between meals through intermittent fasting or simply spacing out eating windows, you allow insulin to drop, which activates fat burning pathways and cellular repair mechanisms. This isn't starvation, it's strategic communication with your metabolism. The body thrives on cycles of feeding and fasting, just like it thrives on cycles of activity and rest. It's also crucial to realize that not all hunger is real hunger. Often, What feels like hunger is a blood sugar crash caused by the previous meal's poor composition. A high carb breakfast, for instance, floods your body with sugar, spikes insulin, and then drops your blood sugar levels within a few hours, leading to mid morning cravings. The problem isn't your willpower, it's the message you sent your body earlier. But when you start your day with a meal high in protein and healthy fats, your blood sugar stays stable, your energy is consistent, and your brain stays sharp. You've sent your body the message that it's safe, nourished, and ready to perform. Learning to eat with awareness means paying attention to how your body responds, not to numbers on a label. Food is not just about satisfaction, it's about communication. Each nutrient tells your cells something specific. Vitamins activate enzymes, minerals control electrical signals, and amino acids build and repair tissues. When you give your body high quality information, it performs at its highest level. When you feed it processed, artificial, or nutrient empty foods, it receives garbled data, leading to dysfunction. The takeaway is simple yet powerful. Your fork is your most direct way to influence your biology. The foods you choose each day either move you closer to health or further away from it. Once you start thinking of food as information instead of entertainment or comfort, you begin to eat with purpose and precision. Your metabolism, hormones, and energy levels respond almost immediately because your body is always listening to what you feed it. Most people today live under the assumption that managing disease is the same as being healthy. They take pills to lower blood pressure, medication to control blood sugar, and supplements to relieve pain, believing these actions mean their health is under control. But true health is not about managing symptoms or surviving from one prescription to another. It's about creating an internal environment where the body naturally thrives without needing constant correction. Managing disease keeps you dependent. Creating health gives you freedom. The two are very different mindsets, and understanding that difference can change your entire approach to well-being. When you manage disease, you're reacting to problems after they've already developed. You wait for your body to fail before taking action. But when you focus on creating health, you're proactive. You strengthen your immune system, balance your hormones, support your organs, and build resilience so that disease has no foundation to take hold. Your body is designed to heal and maintain itself. It just needs the right conditions. The problem is that most people never give their body that chance. They continue the habits that caused the breakdown in the first place while hoping medication will make up the difference. It never does. Consider high blood pressure as an example. The standard solution is to take medication that forces the pressure down. It may appear to solve the problem, but it doesn't fix why the pressure was high. The real cause could be chronic stress, insulin resistance, poor sleep, or inflammation in the arteries. Unless those root causes are corrected, the body stays in a compromised state. The same is true for high cholesterol, fatty liver, or type 2 diabetes. These aren't diseases you catch. They're warning lights showing that your lifestyle has pushed your body out of balance. You can turn off the warning light with medication, but that doesn't mean the engine underneath is fixed. Creating health means you stop outsourcing responsibility to pills and start building habits that allow your body to regulate itself. That starts with what you put into your body: clean, nutrient-rich foods that support your liver, pancreas, and heart instead of burdening them. It means reducing sugar, refined carbs, and processed oils, which constantly inflame your system. It means prioritizing sleep so your hormones can reset, moving your body daily so circulation stays strong, and managing stress through breathing, mindfulness, or time in nature. These actions send a powerful message to your body that it's safe, nourished, and capable of healing. When you take this approach, your body responds quickly. The same mechanisms that once worked against you now start working for you. Your blood pressure normalizes, not because a drug forced it to, but because your arteries are more flexible and your insulin levels are balanced. Your blood sugar stabilizes because your cells are sensitive to insulin again. And your energy increases because your mitochondria are getting the nutrients they need. Instead of suppressing symptoms, you're restoring function. That's the difference between managing and creating. Many people think creating health requires more effort than taking medication, but in reality, it's simpler and far more rewarding. The human body is efficient. It doesn't need perfection. It needs consistency. Small daily improvements in diet, movement, and mindset compound over time. The body begins to clean house, repair damage, and rebalance itself. You start to feel more alive, more focused, and more in control, not because you added more treatments, but because you remove the things that were interfering with your natural balance. Ultimately, managing disease keeps you in a state of fear of relapse, fear of aging, fear of losing control. Creating health puts you in a state of confidence. You know your body, you understand how it works, and you trust its ability to recover. You stop living reactively and start living intentionally. When you shift from managing disease to creating health, you move from dependency to empowerment, from limitation to freedom, and from surviving to truly living. Awareness is one of the most powerful tools you have for transforming
Hmm.
your health because it shifts the entire way you relate to your body. Most people think they need to be perfect to be healthy. They need to follow every rule, eat flawlessly, exercise daily, and never make mistakes. But perfection is unrealistic, and chasing it only creates stress, guilt, and burnout. Awareness, on the other hand, is sustainable. It means tuning in to what your body is telling you, noticing patterns, and making adjustments based on feedback. Health is not a fixed destination, it's a constant dialogue between you and your body. The more you pay attention, the better you become at interpreting its signals. Every decision you make, from what you eat to how you sleep, creates a response in your body. Most people go through their day disconnected from those responses. They wake up tired, drink coffee, eat whatever's convenient, push through fatigue, and then wonder why they feel anxious, inflamed, or drained. Awareness begins when you pause long enough to notice cause and effect. How do you feel after eating certain foods? How does your mood shift after spending time on screens or scrolling before bed? How do you perform when you get 7 hours of sleep versus five? When you become aware, you start to see health not as luck or genetics, but as a reflection of your daily choices. Being aware also means understanding that your body changes from day to day. There will be times when you feel strong and clear, and other times when you feel off. Instead of judging yourself, awareness invites curiosity. If you feel bloated, you ask why. If you're irritable, you look at what might have triggered it, perhaps dehydration, poor sleep, or too much processed food. This kind of curiosity builds a deeper relationship with your body. It turns mistakes into lessons rather than failures. When you're aware, even setbacks become data that help you fine tune your habits. Perfection, on the other hand, is rigid. It makes you believe that one bad meal or missed workout erases all progress. That mindset leads to guilt, and guilt leads to giving up. Awareness doesn't punish, it observes. It allows you to make conscious choices without judgment. You learn to say, that didn't work for me. Let's adjust instead of I failed. Over time, this creates consistency, and consistency, not perfection, is what transforms health. Small, mindful improvements repeated daily do far more than bursts of intense, unsustainable effort. Awareness also expands beyond food and exercise. It includes how you breathe, how you think, and how you handle stress. For instance, noticing when your breathing becomes shallow can help you reset and reduce anxiety. Recognizing when negative thoughts spiral can help you shift your mindset before stress chemicals flood your system. Awareness helps you respond rather than react. It puts you back in control instead of letting automatic habits or emotions dictate your behavior. Developing awareness requires slowing down. Modern life pushes you to multitask and rush through everything, including eating. But digestion starts in the mind. If you eat in a stress state, your body can't absorb nutrients properly. Something as simple as eating slowly, chewing well, and breathing between bites can completely change how your body processes food. That's awareness in action. It's not complicated, but it's incredibly powerful. Over time, awareness becomes intuitive. You start to recognize when your body needs rest, when it's craving movement, when certain foods no longer serve you. You begin to trust your instincts again, which is something most people have lost. You no longer follow diets blindly or depend on outside opinions for every health decision. You become your own guide. This doesn't mean ignoring medical advice, it means working with your body rather than against it. Awareness is freedom. It frees you from the illusion that health is about perfection or control. It's about connection. When you're aware, your choices come from understanding, not restriction. You eat because you want to nourish, not punish because you value your body, not because you're lazy. You exercise because it makes you feel alive, not because you're trying to earn your worth. That shift changes everything because awareness isn't just a practice. It's a way of living that keeps you in alignment with your body's natural intelligence. There comes a point in everyone's life when the body starts sending signals that can no longer be ignored. The fatigue that once came and went becomes constant. The weight that was easy to lose suddenly sticks no matter what you do. The brain fog, the ache is, the restless nights, they all start to feel normal, but they're not. They're signs that your body is beginning to take control because you haven't. The truth is simple. If you don't take control of your health, eventually your health will control you. It will dictate what you can eat, how you move, and how much energy you have left to live the life you want. The earlier you take action, the easier it is to turn things around. The body is incredibly forgiving, but it's not limitless. For years, you can push it with poor diet, lack of sleep, stress, and inactivity, and it will adapt. It will compensate to keep you functioning. But compensation is not balance, it's survival. Eventually, the system wears down. Blood sugar becomes unstable, inflammation builds, hormones go out of sync, and the body begins to express the consequences of long term neglect. This doesn't happen overnight. It's the slow result of ignoring small signals, signals that were meant to protect you, not punish you. When health starts to control you, your choices shrink. You may no longer have the energy to do what you love. You become dependent on medication to get through the day. You lose confidence in your body because it no longer feels like your ally. This is not just about physical pain, it's about losing freedom. True control over your health means freedom, the ability to think clearly, move easily, and live fully without being limited by fatigue or discomfort. That freedom is worth far more than any temporary convenience gained from ignoring your health. Taking control begins with awareness and small, deliberate action. It doesn't require perfection or drastic changes. It starts with choosing real food over processed junk, drinking water instead of sugary drinks, going for a walk instead of staying seated for hours, and getting proper sleep instead of scrolling until midnight. These small, consistent decisions create momentum. Every positive habit sends a message to your body that you're back in charge. Your metabolism starts to stabilize, your energy returns, your mood lifts, and your body begins to trust you again. The same way years of neglect create dysfunction, years or even months of good choices create renewal. The key is to stop waiting for a crisis. Most people only make changes when their body forces them to, after a diagnosis, a health scare, or a moment of extreme discomfort. But by that point, the process of recovery is longer and harder. Taking control now means acting before the pain, before the diagnosis, before your body demands it. Prevention is always easier than repair. The body rewards early action with resilience, strength, and longevity. Waiting for disease to appear before you start caring is like waiting for your car to break down before changing the oil. Maintenance is always cheaper than repair, and health works the same way. Taking control also means responsibility. It's understanding that no doctor, pill, or program can care about your health more than you do. Professionals can guide you, but they can't make daily choices for you. You are the only one who decides what goes on your plate, how you move, and how you manage stress. Once you accept that responsibility, you stop being a victim of your circumstances and start being a creator of your health. The most empowering thing you can realize is that your body wants to heal. It just needs your cooperation. Control doesn't mean rigidity or fear. It means partnership. It's learning how your body works and making decisions that align with its natural design. The sooner you take that step, the sooner your life expands again. Because when your health controls you, your world gets smaller. But when you take control of your health, everything opens back up. You regain the energy, clarity, and confidence to live on your own terms. The best time to take control is before you're forced to, because prevention is power and power is freedom.